It's been a short weekend so far.
So you guys want to just wrap the podcast
At 27
20
minutes.
fucking minutes? 27 minutes.
21?
20, yeah.
Just
20.
1-on-1.
Oh, okay.
We're not done.
No.
We're figuring it out right now. Okay? We're professionals.
We're relaxing.
Why don't you go ahead and do 164 of these, okay? Yo.
Is that our theme song?
That's it. Yeah, that's the theme song. Welcome to the Joystick Show, episode 164. This
Wow.
episode with a fucking special theme song.
Yeah.
That was fun to do. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we got to bring instruments in next time.
Thanks for joining us. Welcome. Hope y'all are doing well. We're gonna be hanging out with y'all. We're gonna be talking about some stuff. What are we talking about? This. We're talking about this. Maybe it's 3 bullet points. Maybe it's 4 bullet points. Sometimes it's 3. Sometimes it's 4. It's never been 5 though.
No.
Never 5. Only 3 or 4.
Okay.
It'd be helpful if on your end, you could just like and subscribe. I'm not gonna do the whole thing because y'all, you know how it be, and we're gonna podcast it up. That's
Correct.
what we're gonna do. Joey's off tonight because he's doing Joey things.
Yeah.
I don't know what Joey things are, but he's doing them.
Correct.
And in the meantime, the 3 of us are gonna fill in because Joey's just the radiant star of Joystick.
Yeah,
now it's just gonna negate so much from this episode that like we really have to.
Like honestly, it's not even worth doing, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Joey's the invisible orb that is illuminating the table.
This one right there.
That ain't invisible.
That I mean, it's important. It's like our energy source.
It is. It really
I don't
is.
know where I'm going with this, man. Yeah, Joey's not here right now. Jose's here. He's upstairs for what that's worth. I can't even speak words, bro.
For what it's worth.
And we're gonna be talking some stuff. I have stuff I want to talk about. It's not that important. I'm sure you have stuff you want to talk about. I'm sure it's more important than the stuff I want to talk about.
Right.
So how do we talk about the stuff we want to talk about?
Yeah, that's an interesting thing. I mean, I feel like nothing we have to say is important, but we're gonna say it. That's the way I view it.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we could say what we did yesterday.
Yeah, we could do that.
Jerry and I did like a
that.
communal joystick activity.
Okay.
Jerry, Jerry, I don't know if you know this, you have an older brother.
Yeah.
Siblings.
And your older brother had a birthday.
Correct.
And granted, it wasn't really his birthday, but we still had like a cool hangout where you, me, and Jose kind of represented Joystick and went to go hang out at Andy's and have a poker night.
Yeah.
Where you and I played our first like real match of poker.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it. We're doing little.
Did you guys bring the sunglasses?
I should have.
Yeah.
I was kind of mad.
That's a mistake there. Yeah.
Next time I want to bring like purposefully reflective
Whole
sunglasses.
masks. Whole masks.
Just throw them on.
A whole mess.
Now that you've gotten it out of your system, what are you thinking?
I mean, I've always liked poker. I like card games.
You like the rush?
Card games. Yeah. I like I don't know. I like playing it when people are taking it seriously.
Oh yeah, they were taking it real seriously last night. It was not fun. It was not a fun.
No,
experience.
but playing poker with people that aren't taking it seriously, that's not fun. Because then people are just like, oh yeah, I'm all in for no reason.
No, yeah. But what I mean is like because keep in mind we were gambling money. It was like a $50 buy-in.
Yeah.
So winner took like $350.
Of course.
But fucking people wanted that money.
Of
So,
course.
I was going in like I'm gonna have a good time hanging out with the guys. When half the table was like, no.
You get competitors, man. You get
Exactly.
competitors. And then when you throw money into the mix.
And happy to say, I was the first one to lose. Bought my way back in. First to lose again. So, not looking great for your boy Robert's poker career. But we come back stronger the next time. And I promise that next time I won't.
What have you learned? Do you think you need just weaker competition?
I'll tell you what, Bobby. I'll get you a DS. I'll get you a new Super Mario Bros.
So I could
You can hit up Luigi and practice.
Yeah, I might hit up the slots that you can stop to in time on your own. Fucking what do I think I need to do? I just think I need to play more. What's the word? Not cautiously.
Pussy.
Kinda. Yeah, honestly.
It works.
I think what ended up happening was there were situations where I thought I had really good hands. Like I'd get high cards or even pairs, and I'd be like, all right, now I'm going to start betting all in. But then every single time that happened, or not betting all in rather, but now I'm going to start betting big. But every single time that happened, just, you know, it'd be like Will or Andy would just be like, all right, yep, I'll challenge it. And I'm like, what the fuck do these guys have? And then they'll have like the same thing, but the high card. And I'm like, shit.
And then it just gets to the point where like someone has enough to like start raising all the like broke people enough that they can't even be confident in their can before
they're like, I can't even match
so
that.
Like,
that's all my fucking
chips. You're just like, fuck, do I want to play $1 on this hand? He just
out of the 7 of us, I was the first out, then it was Jerry, then it was Andy, and then it was Armando. After Armando was out, the last 3 at the table were J-Ram, Will, and Milton. And just those 3 of them was like half the entire game.
Yeah.
It was like an hour and a half of just them going back and forth. It was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, at some point, it's just like bullying, like, let's get this person out.
Yeah,
like,
but the blinds go up too. So finally it got to a point where it was like, you know, like fucking $8, $16 blinds. And they're putting in mad money. So it was like, all right, bet. This is dope.
Oh, wow.
So it finally ended. And then we got to go home from New Jersey at 1 a.m. So it was a vibe. And I was telling Jerry when we got back that I had a good time, and I'm just really, because they were talking about doing like a rotation thing where we can keep it up and do it at other people's houses. Yeah. And I was just saying, I really hope it's not at a New Jersey house next time.
Oh, yeah. We can easily make that happen.
Oh, for sure. I even told Jerry and Jose, I was like, we're going to have a lower key poker night, less buy-in or lower buy-ins.
Yeah, $10 buy-in or something.
Just so we can, get fucking accustomed.
Get the reps.
Exactly. Yeah. This guy knows what I'm talking about.
But then Bobby will win, and then we got to deal Bobby flexing that he won $40. And he'll be like, yeah.
I need you to understand something.
Yeah.
No matter what situation in life I might be in, I will always flex winning $40 on you. You need to understand that. If I win $40 on you in poker, I'll be talking about that episode 264.
Yes, and
I promise you that.
But then you won't talk about when we up it and then you lose.
No. That's no time.
That's not on the.
No, we don't talk about that.
Okay.
It's bad stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
What did you do this weekend, big boy?
Oh yeah, I died.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
how died and came back.
Exactly.
It was so good.
Died and came back to life. No, okay, yeah. So almost forgot about this. So earlier this month, I made a reservation for a restaurant that now I believe it's over a month to wait. I know there's ways that you can like email them and figure something out, but that's usually the wait time for this restaurant.
Should have told them you're on a world famous YouTube channel.
Yeah, I really should, and man, I felt like it. So I went to a restaurant here in New York called Habibi. Very common phrasing for bodegas and things like that. You hear it all the time, but this restaurant is a Middle Eastern restaurant in a warehouse in Brooklyn. So yeah, that's exactly what the fuck you think it is. So obviously we're rushing to get there. We're making all these turns, and obviously my girlfriend, who I'm going with, is like, "Is this correct?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's correct." Yeah. So it's like it's kind of like where Elsewhere is.
Yeah.
But it's on the other side of the train tracks.
Got you.
Yeah.
The train tracks we were stuck at.
Yeah, we were literally stuck
20
there.
minutes yesterday because the train decided to pass by at 1:30 in the fucking morning. A freight train behind Western Beef.
That is fucking
there.
Back
to you, dick.
Literally right there. Yo, we should have met up, man.
to wait behind the fucking train.
Because I told my girlfriend, was like, "There's a railroad here," and you guys now know.
Stuck there.
Yeah, you guys were stuck there. So we pull up, and I just look down this like empty street. And you just see 2 dudes in tuxedos. And I'm like, I think that's it.
Yeah.
So you walk in immediately. There's like 15 people saying hi to you. You walk in, you get complimentary wine or champagne. You get into a freight elevator. It then takes you up. It's like a fucking maze. You got to walk through like fucking 3 different stairwells. And then finally, it's a rooftop restaurant.
Got you.
Yeah. Like I said, it kind of, the best way I could describe it is like, imagine a scene in a movie where people are going out to eat. That's what this restaurant is. So it's like everyone's saying hi to you. The service is like everyone's an actor. So which by the way, a lot of actors are waiters. That's a weird thing. But I was like, yo, this shit is like on top of this shit. But I think that every restaurant could learn a thing or two by just like having like a restaurant be like in Mystique. And I was like trying to figure out like the origins of the restaurant. And it's like
a secret restaurant.
Yeah. Or it's like you gotta knock and say a code, or else they don't let you in. Like some shit like that. I love that. But I just couldn't figure out where this restaurant came from, and that it's just like a marketing company owns it. And then like every few years they do like a weird restaurant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I mean, was it worth the money? Kinda, but like I don't know. I just think that being treated like you're famous is fun. Like I feel like that is the only reason why people do it.
Or not even famous, just important.
Yeah. Like you get handed shit. Yeah. People, they gave me like a thing of pens. They're like, oh yeah, bound the house. I'm like, I get pens?
Fire.
Let's go. That's all I fucking
I don't know why that reminds me. There's like not to cut you off, but there's a fucking like a music venue. It's mainly for techno music in Brooklyn or like in Queens, like the border, like Maspeth kind of Queens.
Yeah.
And it's called Basement, and it's in the basement of like I think a laundry warehouse or something like that.
Yes,
but it's super secretive in that like the bouncer does like a vibe check, and if you don't fit the vibe, he'll be like, nah. Like he looked very selective in who he lets in.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about this is, by the way, the food, of course, really, really good. Honestly, I don't even give a fuck about the food after all the shenanigans that go on at that place. But the one thing I will say is that upon leaving, I turned to my left and there's just a full-on concert going on in the middle of the street, like on like that dead-end street in front of the train tracks. Concert with like 100 people.
Oh, always.
Noise rock, people, guttural screams, classic. I thought it was like that, like the Brooklyn Mirage or something, because all those music venues are there, and I was like, oh, it's probably just that. Nope, just people in the street. And I just had to watch as my girlfriend got really excited over gay people's costumes, and it's like, you don't get excited when I look good, but if
do you put that much effort into it though?
No, not at all.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, no. She did. She looked beautiful, but it's like, I could never match Slutty Pooh Bear, I could never do that.
What about Slutty Piglet?
I didn't see any of those. Joy-Con with its ass out. I saw it. That was an interesting one.
Is that like a Nintendo
Switch like
Joy-Con?
Like girlfriend, boyfriend, one's a blue one, one's a red one.
Got it.
Yeah, and the guy had his ass out, the girl didn't have her ass out. I was like, this is a little weird.
What I would have pictured?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I don't know if that was like an artistic choice, maybe an accident.
Understood.
Yeah. But yeah, that's like, I guess that's my main idea is go be famous.
Fire.
Yeah.
We're working on it,
Yeah.
Hopefully we'll be able to eat a Habibi every day.
And if not, we'll just make our own restaurant in a warehouse and do some fucking weird shit.
Call it Hababi.
Hababi. We punch you in the face when you enter.
I greet you. I'm the server. I'm the chef. I'm everybody. It's a weird artistic experience.
Server the chef.
Fucking. So real quick, I can swing it into something real quick. I feel like Dylan will appreciate this.
Swinging?
Speaking of swinging,
Speaking of being a swinger.
No, speaking of swinging, because you just did.
Yeah.
The World Series is on. And what I have to talk about has nothing to do with the World Series.
Correct.
But just keep it fresh in your mind, right? Because at some point it probably will swing back. I got a text message today. I was in my bed. I think I was watching Family Guy, reruns per usual. And for, anonymity purposes, even though I'm pretty sure this is a sex bot, let's call this person Catherine. Okay? So I got a message. It said, hey, I'm Catherine. I'm not sure if I entered the wrong number. Are you Coach Amy? So I responded, real simple. Sorry, wrong number. They respond, thank you. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't disturb your wonderful weekend. So now I'm starting to see, all right, too many adjectives.
People
here.
don't talk like this.
Exactly. So I just go with the simple, no worries, but I throw in an exclamation point. Because then that shows them that I care a little bit. Because I'm fishing here now, I want a response back.
You're fishing with a robot.
And then they respond, thank you for your understanding. You must be a very kind person. Nice to meet you. My name is Karina. May I know your name? And I totally just said the name, even though I said Catherine before. But it's a sex bot anyway, so fuck it, it's Karina. And I said, Wade. Seemed pretty simple enough, right? She said, Wade, nice to meet you. I come from Singapore and now live in Los Angeles. Which beautiful place do you come from? I respond, originally, Omaha, Nebraska. She says, it's a beautiful place. Have you been to Los Angeles?
You should have named a fucking horrible place, bro.
I said, I used to go to Los Angeles a couple of times out of the year for work. She said, what do you think of Los Angeles? I said, wonderful city, but I'm more situated on the East Coast. I'm a Tampa guy. She says, beautiful, but the traffic is terrible. So you need to go out in advance every time.
The Tampa traffic.
I said, yeah, for sure. Thankfully, when I went to LA, we'd get driven around on buses. That's good. You can enjoy the beautiful scenery on the roadside. When did you come to Los Angeles? I haven't been in over 15, maybe
this
20
is
years.
Excruciating already,
No,
Bobby.
yeah. So what I need you to understand, Dylan, is
You had a whole conversation.
I had a whole conversation with Karina, and I told her my name is Wade. But what she didn't know is that every time that she asked me a personal question about myself, I referred to the Wikipedia page for retired American baseball player Wade Boggs, who's from Omaha, Nebraska, currently resides in Tampa,
Florida.
So Karina thinks that she got herself 67-year-old Wade Boggs.
Hall of Fame third baseman Wade Boggs.
So I just love catfishing scammers.
Yeah.
It's by far my favorite
I really
thing.
expected you to like really lose the plot there, but you held it together for a reason.
I told you where I was coming with
Yeah.
it. Yeah, catfishing scammers is one of my favorite things. You remember the one I did to?
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you about that one? We have a family friend named Gerard. Shout out to Gerard. And he got his Facebook account hacked.
Or was it just that they made a second one? That's also
no. It got hacked. So his Facebook account got hacked like 2-3 years ago, and my mom was the first one to get one of those messages like, "Hey, if you call the councilman, they're gonna send you like $15,000, right?" So my mom immediately, we don't fall for that. My mom immediately calls Gerard's personal number. And he's immediately like, yeah, I had my Facebook hacked. I'm so sorry. And we're like, don't worry about it. We're just like making sure, right?
Yeah.
Then I get the message. And I'm like, ooh, it's time.
Ooh, yeah.
So basically how I approached this one is I didn't pretend to be an athlete. I just pretended to be myself, And I was just like, hey, Gerard, how you doing? And fake Gerard is like, I'm good. Did you know that you could call your city councilman at this number, right? So my whole thing was I was just like, oh no, I didn't know that, and I was just like being real cheery about it. He's like, you should try it. He's like, and I was like, I definitely will. I just got to finish a couple of things and then I'm gonna get to it. And he's like, all right, definitely do that. And I'm like, cool. And then like every day for like 5 days, this fake Gerard would message me and be like, hey, did you call the number? And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get to it. I promise. I have it. It's like on the top of my to-do list. I better get this thing done. So finally, like I forgot, and I thought they forgot too. And then 2 days passed, and then they're like, hey, just checking. Did you call the number? So at this point, I'm like, hey, Gerard, I called the number and I got the 15,000. It's crazy, man. I would have never been able to get it if it weren't for you. Thanks a ton. And they're just like, but you didn't call the number? And I was like, I did call the number and I got the 15,000. I did what you told me. And they were like, but how could you have done that? And I was like, what are you talking about? You're the one who told me to call, so I did it. Bro, I love that shit. They get so flustered.
But how did you do it?
It's way more fun to play stupid when you're not stupid.
I mean, but now it's just robots because they can.
You think Karina's a robot?
I think Karina's absolutely
1,000. The adjectives, bro. That's not even like.
So if I type a bunch of zeros and ones, you think she'll like malfunction?
You'll get a response unless they like. Did they say something?
Binary code.
Oh man, they just fucking self-destruct.
My phone explodes. Ah, shit. Shout out to Karina. Hope she's doing well in Los Angeles. What if this is a totally real woman who had, like just accidentally looking for Coach Amy?
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm bored.
I'm bored. I got
this
Hall of Famer
Wade guy.
Hall of Famer Wade Boggs.
Seems pretty spectacular.
Did you do that originally, or were you like, wait, are there any famous Wades? How did you?
I picked Wade, and then just Wade Boggs jumped into my head. I was like, I'm just rolling with this.
He's who I am now.
Yeah.
I
really wanted to go further with it, but I think they started to realize it too, because then they started asking me they were like, do you have WhatsApp or Telegram? And I'm like, nah. And they're like, you should get one. And I'm like, all right, it's not entertaining for me anymore.
This is not good.
You're putting the ball in my court.
Putting the balls in your mouth.
Ooh. I gotta twist it up, man. There's nothing in my mouth.
I think you twisted it yourself.
The balls?
Yeah.
Got you.
Mm-hmm.
Where are we going from here, pal?
There's a lot of directions. There really is.
There are a lot of directions.
There's a lot of directions we could go.
I didn't do much. I mean, that's.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a short weekend so far.
So you guys want to just wrap the podcast
at 27
20
minutes?
fucking minutes? 27 minutes.
21?
20, yeah. Just
21.
Oh, okay.
We're not done.
No.
We're figuring it out right now. Okay? We're professionals.
We're relaxing.
Why don't you go ahead and do 164 of these, okay?
Relaxing.
Takes
We're
a toll.
relaxing.
We were banking on Joey. Joey's the fucking...
We were, really.
Joey's the one guy who does stuff.
And in fact, Joey also does a thing where he'll explain something immediately after you explain it. So it's like, now, it's like... That cuts out at least like 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
I'm just really happy someone finally brought it up. That wasn't me. That's like my favorite and least favorite Joey-ism on the podcast.
Well, it comes in the clutch if you don't explain something correctly, because then it's like, oh, bro, you saved me, because it's like I didn't explain it. But if we 100% filled out the topic,
I'm talking about like
that's like he motherfucking wrote all of the time, like all of the lines on the test, and then asked for more paper to write on the test.
No, because there's legitimately been dozens of times in the hundreds of episodes that we've made where like somebody on the podcast would literally say the words like, that would be like if you put mustard on a hot dog. And Joey will literally be like, that would be like if you put mustard on a hot dog. And it's like, yeah, they just said that. But yeah, you're right. That takes like double the time out. You know?
It does. I think I would like to bring something back maybe.
What's that?
There was 1 week where I said I was going to do the sports bet of the week. And now I did not. So football's in full swing. Today was like seen as like
fucking everything's in full swing.
Yeah.
So it's like now is the time to lose all of your money.
Yeah.
And the best way to do that is to go on to a video game and let the video game pick for you.
So what do you do? Like you just load up 2K?
You load up 2K, run the sim, and be like, let's put...
Steph Curry's dropping 60.
Yeah. Or just sometimes it's even worse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Madden, whatever game of your choice, whatever sport you like, run that shit on the CPU and see what the stats are.
Yeah.
Run a parlay off of those stats. If you don't own any of the game, pick whatever animal or mascot the thing is based off of. Like the team. You like Wizards?
They would win.
Jordan Poole is running. I mean, I think they're winning right now. Jordan Poole drops 150 points, you know?
Like Magic.
150
Not Orlando
points.
Magic.
Not the Orlando. That's a
Wizards
different Magic.
are Magic.
Yeah.
know? I used to get them confused because of that.
And also the most dumb thing, I know I'm just ranting now, but the weird thing is that some sports teams, they'll have like their team name, and then their mascot will be something different. It'll be a completely different thing. It'll be like the whatever, and their mascot's a badger, you know?
They're like the Knights, and it's a fucking mole.
No one wants to run around with a suit of armor.
Oh, no, that 100%. Like in hockey, there's like at least like half a dozen where a team will like be a thing, and then their mascot will just be like, oh, and he's a woodpecker. And it's like, why is he a woodpecker? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Bro, speaking of sports, did you hear there's a really good chance that the NBA might be adding 2 new teams?
Correct. And the NHL, despite already having 32, wants to add more, and they might be the first ever league over 32.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because
Well,
NHL
NBA would be 32.
Yeah, exactly. So the NHL had 30. They were like, it'd be much easier if we went to 32. They made it to 32, and now they're like, we kind of really like money.
Yeah.
Especially the NBA. Like, the teams are probably going to have to spend $1 billion just to join the NBA.
Crazy.
So how does the bracket work if it's over 32, right? Because then it's like everyone pairs up.
That's the thing. Yeah, it gets really
like
confusing. That's why.
And it's like, oh, does the top seed just get a bye?
It would be better though, because then it's divisible by 8.
Well, for the NBA, 100%.
Yeah.
The NBA
for 32 is what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
That's why you don't just bring in one. You try to bring in 2 at a time or one
Well,
year.
you can't even bring in one because that would fuck everything up.
Well, the NHL did that shit.
Oh.
The NHL did that shit, and because they just don't care. They're like, we want the money. If you're ready, come give us the money.
Do they do it like baseball with different divisions, or is it just 2?
Well,
like NBA.
It's the NHL used to be really weird. It's still 4 though. It's East, West, and then Central, Pacific, blah, blah, blah. But then, like, the MLB, the wild card could be from any division, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but the NBA is definitely going to add teams in, which is really good because the NBA is one of those sports where they have small rosters. 12 people on a team, 15 if you count all the two-way guys.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of guys who just don't have jobs right now. They're playing like overseas, they're on the practice squad or something. So you do need those extra teams.
People are saying the easy locks would be Seattle and Vegas.
Seattle wants a team, and they could do it. They have the arena.
Yeah, and Vegas. And fucking LeBron has already expressed interest, or people have said he's expressing interest in forming a team after his retirement with Brady, which would be fucking cool.
Yeah.
Bro, they just have every fucking athlete and
They got a lot of money.
hopefully world leaders, the ones that watch the show.
And then what I was thinking, low key, is because like Seattle and Vegas would both definitely be absorbed into the Western Conference, which would mean one of the Western Conference teams would have to go to the Eastern.
By the way, I
Conference.
already know what Western Conference team is moving over.
I had two, but
I know which one.
it's either the Grizzlies.
It's the fucking Grizzlies.
But it could also be the Pelicans.
But Memphis.
I know what you're saying.
I'm good in the East.
Like New Orleans is like, I could see it being part of like Texas, and all the Texas teams are in the West because it's right next to Texas.
I'll give you that.
But Memphis,
but I saw Grizzlies and was like, yeah. But
then I know in like in hockey, Nashville's in the West. So now I'm like, wait,
the fuck?
Yeah. But in the NFL, the Titans, who also play in Nashville, are in the East.
Gotcha.
So. Wait, they're in the South. The NFL did it correct. The NFL actually considered North, Central, South.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Why couldn't there just be like the red squad and the blue squad?
Well, that's the thing of the NHL at one point, back in like the 80s and 90s, the divisions were just named after random fucking dudes. Like how like it's like the Gordie Howe League, you know,
okay.
like they just named like this
For a second I thought we were gonna say things like
Yeah.
the Desk League.
the Gardner League, you know,
Yeah.
like just dumb shit like that.
Lit.
Fucking
I
sports,
see.
man.
Sports, bro. They be sporting and stuff.
Yeah.
Fucking, we started finally watching I Think You Should Leave, which is kind of funny considering we have been recommended that show since the start of the podcast.
I've seen episodes, but I don't think I ever watched it front to back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
I've
I
only
watched
perused.
season 3, and I watched part of season 1. We were watching season 1
Yeah,
now.
I perused
Yeah.
episodes, and then also I feel like I Think You Should Leave has like this funny reputation of like a lot of people on Twitch stream it. Like not actually the show, they'll stream like the sketches on YouTube, and they'll just be like, oh, let's watch this. So weirdly enough, I watch like a lot of streamers like Daltouche, or even like a lot of other Apex streamers like fucking who was the other one? Forgot who it was, but two of them were watching like his sketches on their stream. So it's like I'm not even watching them play the video game. We're just watching episodes of I Think You Should Leave.
Mm-hmm.
But finally, like Dylan said, we sat down and we just like watched the first 4 episodes off rip, and I was crying in stitches. That guy is so funny. Fucking, and then Mikey, I don't know if you saw Mikey's post on Instagram. Mikey posted a reel of a sketch Tim Robinson did when he was on SNL with Jason Sudeikis. Have you ever seen the basketball theme one with Vince Vaughn?
Yeah.
Where they're like they're trying to pitch like they wrote the basketball theme song for like ESPN, the da 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 da. But the whole joke is that Jason Sudeikis is like, all right, so I'm playing the music on keyboard, and my brother Tim Robinson sings the lyrics. So the piano is the song, but then Tim Robinson is like, basketball, give me the ball and I'll dunk it in.
Stupid.
It's so great. It's perfect for him.
Fucking fantastic.
And it's like, I don't know, I feel like it's like, I remember hearing about that show like from podcasters.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I ever heard of that show was like people going on like Joe Rogan or like Tom Segura's show, and they were talking about how funny it was, and I'm like, okay, if they're giving them props, and there also is like this like, you know, of course the SNL, and then you go on to do bigger and better things. And it's always the writers, I feel, that are just like, okay, yeah, we'll just, they're great. Let's just give them their show.
Absolutely.
And if you didn't know who Tim Robinson was, now he's that guy.
Yeah.
Because he's been memed in the fucking outer space, yeah.
Sloppy steaks guy.
Sloppy steaks, you sure about that? You know, like...
Are you sure about that?
Like, it's used literally for everything. And that show just has, like, a cinematic quality.
Oh, yeah.
It.
It's not even a cinematic quality. It's just, like... the people he brings or the people they bring to do like the DP work, it like depending on what kind of tone the sketch gives, they make it like just so perfect. Like if they're doing an infomercial, it looks like a fucking infomercial. If it's a teen drama, it looks like a teen drama. Or even in the case of the Honk for Horny one that we saw earlier, like it looks like an actual like new wave horror film. So I always thought like that was one of the best parts about sketch comedy. Like if you nail that, it adds a way bigger level of comedy to it. Too.
Yeah, it's like it also, it's like the sketch doesn't really have to have as many jokes, because then the jokes kind of just align with the theme already.
Yeah. It's like it's just exaggeration. Also, like one thing I really like about Tim's sketches is like it feels like a lot of them are just like, how do I put this? It's a little weird to say. It just feels like a lot of the sketches were just them in the writer's room just being like, what if this happened? And then they just run with it to oblivion. And then in most cases where other people would like omit shit, they just film it all. They're just like, film every piece of dialogue we wrote, like everything in it. To the point where you have sketches that turn into other sketches.
Or just like, it'll create a world in which like, it's probably one of the most surreal shows, but also one of the most relatable. And it's hard to do that as well.
Well, that's like another funny thing about like the name of the show.
Yeah.
Like, I Think You Should Leave. It's because like a lot of the characters that he portrays are characters who make people like uncomfortable in awkward situations, but they're up to 11. Like even in the case of the one we saw with like the older boyfriend, like we've all been in a situation with somebody who just like thinks they're cool for knowing all this weird random shit instead of knowing things that most people know and stuff, but they up it to 11. Like,
and it's almost like the credit that we give to someone like Adam Sandler or Will Ferrell or even like the Lonely Island guys, where they'll be in a situation that's so fucking ridiculous, but everyone's playing it so straight.
Yeah,
like no one's breaking character, everyone's in it, and you're like, what the this is the why are we all succumbing to this terrible, like if this was real life we would all just be ending, we'd be like, what the fuck is going on?
We had that exact same feeling watching Talladega Nights like 2 weeks ago, where we were watching like fucking Amy Adams and Michael Clark Duncan give these like, dare I say, Oscar appreciated performances in fucking Talladega Nights. You know?
So you're overperforming.
But that's what, and then it's funny that you bring that up too, because in watching the show, when we were watching it after recording Chef's Son earlier in the week, one thing I was thinking about was like how interesting it feels that it almost feels like he gets actors on the show who are like drama actors because they can ham it up more than like a comedy actor, so to speak, would. Where a comedy actor would be more inclined to add the jokes. Like if he's not the straight man, then the dramatic actor is definitely like just like 100% phoning it in, being deliberate.
Oh,
like,
course,
what do you mean? You know, so that he can just shine and do his own thing. So fucking great show. I love it. Can't wait to finish it.
Correct.
Fantastic. And shout out to the Lonely Island guys for producing that.
Yeah, they make good stuff.
It's just, can we just like, they make good stuff, all right? The Lonely Island guys are funny. I don't care what anybody says.
Like, your sense of comedy is not good if you don't think they're funny.
They're just funny. Do they hit every time? No, nobody hits every time.
Yeah.
But they've made, like, Hot Rod is one of the funniest fucking movies on the planet. Pop Star is like one of the most underrated comedy movies.
Pop Star is like the amount of jokes in Pop Star is ridiculous.
Pop Star, I say this right now, Pop Star is the funniest movie you haven't watched. If you haven't heard of this movie, go find it, go watch it, and fucking laugh your ass off. You know, I know we're like, it almost feels like we're gonna like perfectly transition to talking about them. But another movie just jumped into my mind, but it's a movie that's been jumping into my mind for like a couple weeks that I've been meaning to bring up again.
Okay.
I really want to rewatch Movie 43.
Oh,
that's a good. I remember that movie. I don't know if I appreciated that movie fully when I first watched it.
You saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
I don't want to rewatch all of those because like so many of those movies, like especially towards the end, like that one's like I would even say it's better than like a superhero movie. But like,
well, Movie 43 is like its own beast, because it's not even like a parody film. It's honestly just like an anthology. It's a movie of sketches. That's all it is. It's a sketch comedy movie, but it's like fucking bizarre.
It is bizarre.
They have every single sketch is made by like different directors, different groups of writers with A-list casts. And then, like, obviously the critics panned it. Like, people fucking hate that movie. But I feel like it's just because, like, they're watching it like a movie.
Yeah.
Maybe if you just sat down and watched it like a show, if that makes sense, it would be more digestible. But that was a movie that I remember thinking was funny as fuck, you know? Like, and then there's, like, so many sketches that, like, I forget about, but then, like, immediately remember. Like, the second sketch, I think it's the second one, the one with fucking Liev Schreiber, where it's like the family that tutors their son from home, but it goes so far as the dad bullies him in school.
Yeah.
But that fucking movie's incredible, man. I want to rewatch it so bad.
That's a good one.
And I also want to make sketch comedies.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm trying to get my Bill Hader on, bro.
Trying to.
Bill Hader.
I like people. I don't hate people.
Anything else? Will forever hold your pee.
Hold my pee. Damn.
I mean,
I had a teacher that used to say that.
Yeah.
I feel like we should add one more thing here. Just the first thing that comes.
I feel like I'd be really forcing it. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like the shit that's not ready yet.
Force it, baby.
Mm-mm.
Force that shit. Fucking.
Nah, it's not ready.
Let's talk about.
I thought you were gonna say something.
I thought you were gonna say something. Don't do this to me, man.
Jerry.
God, this is like the second time in 20 episodes we have to do this shit.
Yo, we got this, guys.
Topic.
Is this robots?
That was robots. Yes, I was showing my students robots. I guess we're talking about how fast do you read?
You read, bro? I can't read.
This brings me to I can't believe that happened. That's the craziest fucking thing in the world to me. Holy shit.
What?
I have to show you this.
What happened?
I have to show you this. Hold on.
Guys, this is.
He's gonna make us read, guys.
Groundbreaking shit we're looking at here.
Is this it? Oh, yep, I think it's this one.
What the fuck is this?
You are what?
I'm the fastest writer in the world. I can write a whole page in 3 seconds.
And where can we vet this information from? Do we give you words to write, or how does this work?
For you to throw words to me, you'll be so slow.
Oh.
So that's why I came with one of my friends. He's the fastest talker in the world.
You are the fastest writer.
He is the fastest talker.
Fastest talker in the world.
Let's see.
So is this where we are supposed to clap? I don't care about what he said. You said you can hear what he said, and you wrote this.
Are you a bastard?
Are you a bastard?
Story ended badly. So the story.
Your life will end bad.
I'm the fastest writer in the world. I just love when they're like, and how are we supposed to trust you? I'm so fast, you can't trust me. So I'm the fastest talker in the world.
His friend was like, "Yeah, I'll do this for you, man. You owe me."
But how fast can you read, though?
I'm okay. I tend to skip words sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know what we're saying.
Yeah, you know, you do the skim the first time over, and then.
And fuck, I thought I still had the topic generator on.
We gotta retype these guys.
God, I kind of like that thing. I'm not gonna lie. It's got some juicy stuff. And where do you plan on going for your next vacation? Quick answer.
Define vacation.
Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida. All right, last one. But you have to read the question. You have to immediately answer without thinking. Okay, ready?
7.
Go. What was the last thing you purchased?
Sweatpants.
Fucking
chicken.
Oh wait, no, food. Ice cream. I got ice cream.
Chicken.
Food, yeah, chicken.
I got ice cream.
Fire. Well, that's been a fire podcast. It's now time for the Jam and Yam of the week. If you'd like, I could start.
Yeah, if you thought I was unprepared now.
No, yeah. Well, now you've got time because I'm going to set you up.
Okay, nice.
We had like a weird schedule in terms of making the Joystick show, and that we had to film the Halloween episode that already came out like a week before.
And it's not even Halloween right now.
So it's actually been like quite a bit of time since we've made the last podcast. And on top of that, I've been able to collect quite a bit of music. The actual number is a bit staggering. But my jam of the yam, I said my jam of the yam. My jam of the week is actually going to go to a song that I found the morning after we filmed that episode of the podcast. So it's just been sitting on my my playlist for a good week and change. But that song is going to be Is It Really You by the band Loathe. Because that song is fucking awesome.
That's a good song.
It's a good song.
It's a good song.
It's a really good song. So shout outs to Is It Really You? And I also want to shout out their song Screaming, which is on the album right before Loathe, or rather right before Is It Really You? And I found a lot of YouTube comments that told me I had to listen to that song on the album when it transitions into that song.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a great 8-minute experience. So
that's nice.
Yeah. Is It Really You?
I'm picking a song from an album that I've picked before. And that was last year when Skrillex made his famous return.
Yes.
And I am picking a song where...
Hear that rumble, yeah.
Exactly, that one. Very good song. But now I am going to pick a song off that same album called Too Bizarre, the juked version, featuring Swae.
The juked?
Yeah. So this is a song that he made with Swae Lee and like a screamo artist and remixed it 2 separate times, and now it is just a completely different song.
Okay.
The original is kind of garbage, but this version is like, it's really good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
My song of the week is gonna be it's gonna be by a rapper called Wale. If you remember from the 2000s.
Yes, I do remember Whale.
Whale.
2K. He was in 2K12 with the guy from The Office.
I just say Whale because fucking what guy from The Office?
Brian Baumgart, was that his name?
Yeah.
The ball. Yeah, he was in the celebrities for 2K.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's actually
he can
hilarious.
play.
Oh well, the song
Like
is called Max Julian. It was a new song actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I didn't know he still made music.
No, I said Whale because if you ask like Google to like the Google Home to play something by Wale, she'll be like playing that by Whale. It's like it's not his name, but okay.
That's not how you say it.
Doesn't Wale have like a giant name too?
Isn't that
Probably.
Akon?
They both have giant names. Like I'm pretty sure like Wale is just the end of Wale's name.
I think so. That sounds familiar.
Like I don't know if I'll attempt it. His name is Aluba Wale. It's not as bad as Akon, but Aluba Wale Victor Akintimehin. I definitely butchered that, but
Yeah, close enough.
and then Akon is
Yeah, don't even.
Aliaun Damala Buga Time Puru Naka Lulu Lu Badara Akon Tiam. There's 3 Lus. I thought it was 2 Lus. Naka Lulu Lu Badar.
He added an extra one, bro.
That's his like birth name?
Yeah, I think so.
Aluan Damala Buga Time Puru Naka Lulu Lu Badara Akon Tiam was born on April 16th. Holy shit, that's crazy.
I think that's his legal name.
Crazy.
Yeah, wow.
Like, there's some people who like they add the shit after,
Bro,
like
his dad's name is Mortiam. How does he get that? His dad is just 2 names. It's crazy. Is he still building that city, Akon Town?
I think that was just a giant pyramid scheme.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I was planning to move.
And now he's locked up.
He's steady trying to find a motive. Well, I do what I do. Thanks for watching the Joystick Show. It's been a great one.
It's
totally
pretty
not
solid.
a lull 20 minutes
Hey.
in.
Hey, it was good. I liked it.
Fucking Joey, come back. I should have just like coerced Jose to come on this episode so we could have just talked about like cars or something.
Yeah, and
Cars
we just listen.
in, like, China.
Cars in China in space.
Yeah. But until next week, go ahead and find some other podcasters that you enjoy. We'll be back here in another Wednesday to talk some more stuff, to do some more stuff. In the meantime, go ahead and like this episode. Go ahead and subscribe to Team Joystick. Check out some of the other content, some of the chef-related content that we've got here. And, before we leave, I just want to thank Dylan for being a bitch.
Oh.
Shook on it, bro.
Do I get an award?
The bitch award.